Hi, welcome. This is the first module from Zero to Bot. I am Gordon Mack. I'll be guiding you through the process of creating your own bot. So I don't care if you're a crypto professional or new to the world of crypto. This module will lay down the foundation for everything you need to know. So let's get going. All right, so what exactly is a trading bot? Simply put, a crypto trading bot is a software program that automatically executes trades on your behalf based on your predefined criteria. That's it, really. They can be used to analyze market data, execute buy and sell orders, and they can even manage your whole portfolio 24/7. I know bots have gotten a bad rap over the years on crypto, but this is really not a new concept. Stock traders use it all the time for their algo trading. It's no different. I'm just showing you how to do it in the crypto space. This is the more white hat side of things that I'm going to be showing you. There are nefarious bots out there that are used to do pump and dumps. They're used to bump buys, so it looks like the token has more volume than it should. You can use this information you can tailor a bot to do what you want, but I'm not going to show you exactly how to do that. I'm going to show you the more white hat side of things on how to basically enhance your trading capability using a bot. All right, so let me show you how things work on a top level. So I'm going to draw you a little picture here to conceptualize things a little easier. So we got our bot here. I am not the best artist, so don't be too critical. We got our bot. This can reside anywhere. It could reside on a server. It could reside on your home PC. It really doesn't matter. But this thing will need to access the blockchain. How does it do that? Well, it does that with an API. What is an API? It's an application programming interface. So all blockchains will work the same way. You'll need an API. So I'm focused on the Solana blockchain. So I'm going to teach you how to interface with the Solana blockchain. So what do you need to interface with the Solana blockchain? Well, you need an RPC node. So this is basically your gateway to the blockchain. This will allow you to get information from the blockchain that you need for your bot to perform what you want. So basically, you're going to make queries to the blockchain, or you're going to make subscriptions to the blockchain for certain information that you need in order for your bot to work the way it should. RPC nodes, well, those are hosted usually on separate servers. And you need to purchase a subscription to an RPC node. Most providers provide a free option, so you can do a lot of testing. But if you want faster transaction speed, you're going to need to increase your plan or upgrade your plan. Helios is a good one. There's one called Shift that's a good one as well. QuickNode also hosts but they all have free plans that you can subscribe to. And you can start doing your bot testing with those RPC nodes. Now, if you get more advanced, you can actually host your own RPC node at home or on a server of some sort. If you got some server farm that you want to host your own RPC node on, then you can pay the money to do that. There's a lot of advantages to doing that, and that's actually bonus content on this series that I'll be providing at the end of this, is how to host your own RPC node. There's a lot of advantages to doing that, and I'll get into that later, but just know right now that you need an RPC node. So what do we get from the RPC node? Well, we get everything from the blockchain that we need. It's market data. We get market data. We can get prices. We can get the volume. We can get key indicators from the market. We can get transactions that occur on the blockchain. This thing accesses the blockchain. So what is a blockchain? You might be asking. I'm not going to get into the weeds of it. I haven't gone through the entire Solana white paper on this, but basically the same fundamentals apply to all blockchains. It's basically a ledger of activities that occur on the blockchain. So that includes transactions, that includes buy transactions, that includes sell transactions, that includes transfer of token transactions. All that information is stored on there. Technically, you can store anything you want on here. It's just a ledger, and nobody can fake the ledger. This thing exists. I will not explain to you how things are approved or anything like that. Just know that this is a ledger, and it contains all the information and proof, basically, that a transaction has been validated and is on the chain permanently. So why can't you access this directly? Well, like I said, you need something in between. You need either an RPC node or a validator node to access the blockchain. And that is not the subject of this series. So let's just go through one use case. Say the bot wants to place a buy trade. Buy transaction would be created and sent over to the RPC node to execute. RPC node would go ahead and send that information out. There's something called Solana validators that would get involved with this transaction to basically validate this transaction and put it on the blockchain permanently. So you don't need to know that whole process. You can read up on it if you like, but or if you want me to cover it, let me know. I can always add it as new material. I want to treat this course as a living, breathing thing. If there's things you think I should be covering that are related, I will. So basically, yeah, going through that, once the validators have confirmed and voted on this transaction and put it on the blockchain permanently, you will get a response back saying yay or nay. Yeah, it was successful. No, it wasn't successful. Basically, that's the idea. That would be one use case. And then your bot can respond accordingly. So this process is incredibly fast. It's faster than a human could react. So right now, what you're used to probably is going on the Radium site or the DeFi app and performing a buy transaction that way. Basically, that's what your bot is doing. All that stuff the Radium is doing, it's doing that what this bot would be doing under the hood, basically. So knowing this, the bot will be able to do it faster than a human can react, and this can give you a significant edge in the market. All right, so I'm going to cover why you should be using a trading bot. So there's several reasons. One of them is it takes out all the human emotion of trading. So the bot has no emotion. It basically just trades based on your criteria that you set. It's all predefined. The bot will just execute the trades. And if you got a good method, then it's just going to take profits and then continue to buy when it makes sense and then take profits, etc. And the cycle goes on and on. So here's a good example. I got Dex Screener up and I got this token that was doing pretty well today. I was filtering on top holders, and I filtered on this holder here that bought at a pretty good time and got a pretty good profit out of it. He got $3,759 out of it within a few hours. So not a bad day. And that probably wasn't this person's only trade. So let's say you're a human and you were trying to you know this person, you've been following him, and you realize that he just bought. So you go ahead and purchase it because you know that you have confidence in this trader, right? So by the time you buy, you're probably going to be in. If you're manually trading, you're probably going to be in a few seconds later. When you're trading crypto, it's kind of critical to do it as fast as possible. But when you're manually trading, it's going to take a little while for you to get on the app and to type in the CA or cut and paste that. So it's going to take a little while. So you'll probably be in maybe a minute later. And it could have been a critical moment that it was critical for you to be in as soon as possible. In this case, you're okay because this trader bought and sold a few hours later. So, but that's one case for using a bot. You'll get in immediately, within seconds. If you're using a very high speed RPC node that's close to your location, you'll execute it within like 3 seconds at most. So that's one advantage of using a bot. The other compelling reason is, like I said, it takes out the human emotion out of your trades. So let's say you bought here. Let's zoom into the chart here. So let's say your trader bought here and then you buy. at this point. By the time you get to it, you buy at this point. So this would be where you bought. Let me go ahead and draw on the screen here if I could. So let's say that you get in at this point. So you get in a little bit later. That's not too bad, but let's say it starts to go up, 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 right? And you know this buyer's solid, right? So you're just gonna hold on to it. But look at the chart. Look how bad it's going down. It goes down. Now you're at a loss here. You panic because you're losing, right? You lost a certain amount of your own money or your own crypto, and so you sell. It's a logical thing to do. I mean, hey, you don't want to lose everything, but if you would have ran with the bot with the predefined criteria, you know that this is a solid choice. There would be no human emotion involved. Now, let's zoom out a little bit. Now, if you would have sold right there, you would have been at a loss. But if your bot is predefined to wait until you take a certain amount of profit or until the buyer sells, then you could have cashed out right here and you would have made a significant profit here by waiting. So that's a good example of taking out the human emotion. So in the manual case, you probably would get scared and just go ahead and paper hand it. In the bot's case, you could predefine it to not do that, to ignore if it's a solid trader, then you could predefine it to sell when the buyer sells or when you've taken enough profit that you predefine. So you could have taken profit here, could have taken a profit here, anywhere of these peaks. I mean, ideally, this is a good case. This buyer seemed to know what he was doing. He did a lot of research, maybe on this token, did all the work that you didn't have to do, and this buyer looks like he knew what he was doing. So that's one reason, a really good reason to use a bot. Let's see what else. It also, I think I've explained this. It can execute trades faster than you can manually, obviously. It can also find opportunities for you, good entry points. So let's look at this case. Notice that there's volume here. It can key off of that. So if the bot detects that there's a higher volume, maybe this would be an indicator. Oh, this guy are following buys. Maybe that, but that's not enough. You want to see some volume. Well, you're gonna start seeing some volume here. See these spikes here? Maybe that's a good entry point that your bot uses as criteria to enter a trade. Maybe you want to wait until it gets to a certain amount. Maybe you want to use another indicator. Maybe you want to use RSI as an indication to see whether overbought or undersold. Maybe it's something you want to do. Yeah, in this case, RSI is pretty high. It's at like over 88, so that's probably a good indication that you need to get out. And yeah, you'd have taken pretty good profit at that point. RSI is here. You would have still made a profit if you bought at the same time that the trader bought. So etc. You can employ those signals and have your bot execute trades based on that. All right, so at the heart of any trading bot is it's got to be able to do some market analysis. So what does that mean? Well, this is where the bot gathers data for you so that it can make sound decisions. This could be price data. It could be generating indicators like a moving average or an RSI, relative strength index. These could be things that the bot could use to give you an edge and make auto trades for you. The other thing is being able to based on this analysis is to also generate signals. So we can have a component of our bot that generates signals to indicate whether we should buy, sell, or hold. So this is where your custom strategy comes into play. You can tweak this and fine tune this as much as you want until you get it right. The other thing is actual execution of the trade. So you got to interface with the blockchain to do this stuff. Well, you had to interface with the blockchain to get the market data as well, in most cases. But the execution of it, you're going to have to learn how to interface with the blockchain to make the actual buy trades, and you're going to have to interface with Solana blockchain programs in order to do that, and I will take you through the steps of doing that. So, but first, let's talk a little bit about security. So that's another critical component of this whole thing. When you're dealing with money, you're dealing with crypto, you want to be extremely careful with your information. So that includes your keys, keeping that secure. You want to keep your anything you type in, your bot secure. I'm pretty risk averse when it comes to this. In this world, in this space, there's a lot of scammers, so you have to protect yourself. Don't ever fall for free bot downloads. Don't ever put anything EXEs on your system that you don't trust, that aren't coming from trusted sources. So you want to actually vet what you install on your computer. And if you want to experiment, that's fine. You can do that using virtual machines. I can show you how to do that later. You can do your own experiments on virtual machines. But wherever you're trading crypto, you want to keep you want to maintain a good security posture when doing that. Is this course safe? Of course it is. I'm providing you all the source code. It's going to be open source. I'm going through every line of code with you so you understand what's going on. You can have it vetted with anybody you want, any expert in the field, just to make sure. It's always good to be cautious in this space. So yeah, I actually encourage that. Do your homework. But I'm telling you right now that I'm giving you all the information that you need, and all the source code will be included as we complete the modules, so you can validate things for yourself. So if you're getting a little hesitant, if you're feeling a little nervous, and you're thinking, "Oh my God, I have no coding experience. How am I going to do this? This is kind of overwhelming." Well, don't worry. This course is designed for beginners and also advanced users. If you know how to code, you're just going to excel through this very quickly. If you don't, you're going to have to go through this step by step, and that's okay. This is designed for that. We'll be going over the basics. You'll actually be building up a skill as you go. You'll be learning how to code. We will be using Python. It's a great language for beginners to start with, and I could do other languages if there is demand. A lot of people say that doing Rust is closer to the blockchain code, and it would be faster. But for this sort of application, the results would be negligible. The advantage you get from using a programming language like Rust would be completely negligible. It would be within the noise, a few milliseconds. It might be a few milliseconds faster. I've done benchmarks to prove that it does not matter which language you use here. Now, later on, if you get more advanced and you want to optimize performance, you could do that. Just know that all the fundamentals are here, and you can apply them in any language that you want. So once you learn it one way, you can translate it to whatever you want it to be. So if you want a sneak peek of what you'll be getting into, here's what your first lines of code might look like. This is a simple Python script. It's actually a little module that I wrote that'll actually process transactions in real time. Basically, this this piece of code can be used to get market data off the blockchain. So what this does, essentially, it's parsing a bunch of JSON information. So JSON, if you're not familiar, it's just a packaging. It's just a text format that is used to pass data around. It stands for JavaScript Object Notation. So it's a pretty commonly used thing that developers use to pass around data structures. So it's just used for web, and also other types of apps. So anyway, without getting into the weeds further, yeah, this will be some code that you would work on, and I will show you the ropes on how to process, how to parse a JSON file, or how to parse JSON data, how to get the information you need from that data. So don't feel overwhelmed. I will walk you through the process. All right, so to give you a little roadmap of where we're headed, we'll be covering the following topics in the upcoming modules. So we'll work on retrieving prices from the blockchain. We'll work on placing buy and sell orders using two exchanges. One of the main exchanges is Radium. We'll be adding in automation. Automation includes like buying and selling while you're sleeping, choosing good trades while you're sleeping. That's an example of automation. The other thing we'll go into is implementing basic trading strategies. You have to do your own homework on what strategies you want to develop. You do that now if you want. You can do that now or later if you want, but I'll show you some basic trading strategies, and you'll take that knowledge and be able to build your own. Of course, backtesting is very important. When you're dealing with a bot and you're coding it out, you typically don't want to play with real money yet. You want to play with monopoly money. So I'm going to show you how to do that, your strategies, so that you can see what the potential outcome could be from that. So likelihood, if it tests well with the backtesting, if it's recent data, then hey, it'll likely work out pretty well in real life, in real time. The other thing we'll do is we'll tack on a user experience. We'll add in a GUI. So we'll go ahead and I'll show you my GUI that I created. Might not be the most prettiest GUI in the world or anything, but it works, and it's very organized, and it kind of shows you what you could build potential. You'll probably be able to create something better looking than that, but I'm going to show you the ropes on how to create a user interface and start that, and you can build it however you want. The last thing I'll go over is security, how to secure your application, make sure your keys are safe, etc. And as a bonus, I will show you how to set up your own Solana RPC node at home. Execute trades as fast as possible. You're going to want to do this. Set up your own RPC node, or buy a node that's very close to your location. I will explain that in the bonus, but just know you can do your own homework on that. But just know that it's pretty important if you want to execute trades as fast as possible. Depending on your strategies, you might be relying on that. By the end of the course, you'll not only understand all of these concepts, you'll have a fully functional trading bot that you've built yourself. All right, so before I wrap this up, let me just show you a little demo of the final product. This is what you will be creating. You can make it look however you want, like I said, but this will be the foundation. You will end up with something like this at the end. Right now, this is listening on the Pump Fund program on the blockchain. It's reading in tokens, new tokens that are being added to the liquidity pool. It's looking for new tokens that are being added on Pump Fund. So what we got here is we got the new tokens, and if you want to buy them, you got a little interface just like you do in Pump Fund. If you go to the website, you can execute trades. You could choose. Right now, I have it on manual, so you can go ahead and execute a trade if you so do wish, and it'll pop up in your current trades list. and it'll monitor how well you're doing. You got a good P&L, etc. In addition to that, keeps track of your wallet, what's in your wallet. It's got completed, and nothing has been sold yet, so you don't have any completions yet. And there's an additional section for wallets that you're watching. So I just put in a little bit more bells and whistles into this, but than needed. But that's the idea. Right now, this allows you to execute trades. This is an all-inclusive system. It's got additional features like a panic sell. Like say you just want to get out of crypto completely, and it'll sell all your tokens. Every single one of them. I'm not going to go into the other little features in here. These are just little extra things that I wanted in there. And I actually use this. I prefer it over all the bots that are out there. It's got an auto trade feature. You click that box and basically it will buy this token. If I hit execute, it will buy this and execute a trading strategy. So it will start auto trading for me. I can be away from keyboard when I select that. So I feel like it's a nice feature to be able to select that on and off, because you might have some riskier tokens that you might want to monitor yourself. You might not want to be away from keyboard, but then there might be some more stable tokens that you want to do some auto trades with, have it auto take profit for you or stop loss for you, things like that. We can get into the nuts and bolts of trading strategies later, but just know that I've included my own trading strategy into this. You can implement your own, and that's the whole purpose of this class, is to teach you how to do that. So with that, I will end this. Thank you for joining this session. It's been a pleasure talking to you about this course, but thanks for joining me. I'll see you in the next one.